What's up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of the Moose Milk Podcast. This is episode 105. 105. We're
How
getting up
about
there.
them apples?
Yeah, buddy.
Buddy.
This week we're going to be talking about Last of Us episode 8 and Mandalorian season 3 episode 2. But first off, how is you, my friend?
How is you?
Yeah.
I'm okay, man. Yeah, I'm hanging in there. Been a busy week again. Another couple late nights of work, which was a bummer, but
at least you look sexy doing it, you know? Yeah, exactly. Rub that hot body, baby. Same. I had inventory this week at work, and I fucking hate inventory. It's the biggest pain in the ass ever. So
I'm not a fan.
I mean, my inventory is so easy because I literally have like no back stock at all, so I can count my entire department in 7 minutes. But like, it's just a pain in the ass. I hate it. I hate my job. So
everything that goes with inventory, I get.
It's just all a headache.
It is.
And but I mean, I watched a shit ton of stuff this week. I'll let you go first, but I definitely I just had to get my head out of fucking everything, so I just watched a bunch of shit.
Fair enough.
Yeah. Jordan from Canada,
good.
What up, man?
Hey, man, what's up? It's just great names again.
We're working on it, man. We're trying to be the comedic folk, but it's hard. It's hard coming up with
we play to a certain audience for sure.
Yeah, it's the audience should be questioning themselves.
Yeah, what did I watch? Is that what you asked? You asked.
Yeah, sure, buddy. I don't know. I mean, take your shirt off. I don't know. I can ask anything.
Yeah, I know. That would be great. For ratings, anyways.
Yeah, that'll help us for sure.
Yeah, they're gonna really help. This week I watched just my usual stuff. I was too busy to really catch much else. I watched
Bad Batch.
Obviously Bad Batch, and it was pretty good. It was another episode that didn't have the Bad Batch in it. It had Crosshairs, which is like the Bad Batch member that like deflects from the team in the first season, who's kind of like the bad guy, I guess. Gotcha. So it was all about him, and it was a pretty good one. And then obviously Mandalorian and Last of Us. I watched Last of Us on Sunday night. I was like, I don't have time. But then I was like, I'm making time because I want to fucking watch this.
It's good, man. It's I mean, we'll get to it, but only one more episode. That's the fucking sad thing.
I know. Oh, Jordan from Canada being nice as always. I hope you're feeling better, Ryan.
I don't know. I'm still off, man. It's weird. I mean, side stories, side note, whatever this is, side corner.
Sidebar.
Yeah, that's the one. That's the one I wanted. Yeah, I still got COVID symptoms. I can't get rid of them, man. I get a little bit of taste back. Like I can taste a little bit, but like it's not normal. I still can't smell very well. I'm sleeping like 10 hours a day. I'm just like absolutely exhausted. I can't get rid of it. I can't shake it. I don't know if it's just a matter of time or what, but yeah, I'm out of it still. It's just been a shitty week, honestly. I just fucking not a big fan. Let's get rid of this win. Let's throw it away.
I get it. We gotta start fresh.
Yeah. And we lose an hour tonight. I fucking hate that shit, man.
I don't like that. I love going forward, but I hate losing an hour.
Can we just keep going forward every year?
I know.
And then eventually it's like 2 a.m. and it's like super bright out, and it's like, yeah, this is awesome.
We're like,
that way us midnight people actually get some sun. Make it fair for us.
Yeah, you rotate with them.
Yeah. Anyway, continue. I'm sorry.
The price you pay. It's the price you pay. That's funny. Yeah, like I hate to tell you this, but actually I was at work chatting with the girl who does my job for Delhi.
Yep.
And she got COVID at the end of December, like right after Christmas.
Yep.
And she lost her taste and smell. And I was telling her the other day, I'm like, oh man, my buddy got COVID like a few weeks ago and he still hasn't got it back. She's like, I have had it for 3 months. And she's like, I still don't have my taste or smell. She's like, I can taste stuff, but it doesn't taste like what it normally tastes.
That's exactly my point right now. Is like, if I'm eating something like ketchup with ketchup on it, or like salt and vinegar chips, something like really that, salty. I can taste the salt and I can taste the vinegar, I can taste the ketchup, but like the actual like food part of it is just bland. Like it's just super like unflavorful. It's just like I'm not getting a flavor profile. Terrible. I'm just getting like salt, you know. And my smell, like I can smell like tiny little bits of things. Like it has to be really pungent, like a skunk or like fucking like
big old bag of weed.
I don't know. I haven't smoked in 6 months, so yeah, man, I'm 6 months sober completely. So
damn, son.
Yeah, it's wild. But yeah, no, I just it's not coming back, and I'm like, at what point should I get worried, or like what? Like I don't know what a doctor would even do for that, so I don't know if it's even worth going to a doctor over. Like,
yeah, I don't know. I'm not really sure. I mean, I don't. I assume there's no.
Like I don't think there's like a pill or something that they're like, here you go, you got your smell back. It's like I don't think that's the way it works.
I don't think that's how it works either. Sorry.
Anyway,
that's a bummer.
Yeah, it's not great. I mean, I'm not enjoying it, but whatever.
Yes.
Story of my life.
Aside from Bad Batch and our usual shit, Mando and Last of Us, I watched on last Saturday. We watched or Sunday we watched that Chris Rock's.
How was it?
Stand up. I fell asleep a few times. Not to say that it's bad. It's just that's me.
I'm not a big Chris Rock stand-up fan, so
I'm also not. But my wife wanted to watch it because
the slap.
She wanted to see that. So
I mean, no disrespect.
It's okay
to anybody. Like I cannot stand the like obsessive nature over people over this fucking slap. Like get the fuck over it. It's been a year. Get the fuck over it, man.
Well, I mean, at this point, he's just using it as a selling tool, right?
I know, but like, okay, then it's not a big deal. If you're using it as a comedic part of your fucking stand-up, then it's not a big deal.
Yeah. I don't know. I mean, let's put it this way. I also don't give a fuck. Like, I remember when it happened, I was like, whoa, damn, that's crazy.
Yeah,
and then
totally.
And then he won an award, and then everybody clapped for him, and I was like,
nobody cares.
That's pretty fucked up.
Yeah.
And then that was all that's pretty much where it ended for me.
Well,
I never needed to hear Chris Rock's opinion on it. It's like, yeah, I'm sure he's fucking pissed. I'd be pissed.
Nobody wants to get slapped. Like,
yeah, but if you're there and you're like if you're at those kind of shows,
yes,
you're open to it. You're open to this sort of stuff. Like
it's like going to a comedy show and sitting in the front row. You're gonna get fucking slammed. Like that's part of the thing. You know that these hosts of all these shows are there to make fun of shit that went on over the last year, and you know, their actor friends, non-friends, whatever the case may be. But like, again, these are a bunch of rich motherfuckers. I can't feel guilt. I'm sorry, you just made millions of dollars making a movie.
I also can't feel bad.
I can't. You're getting trophies for doing a fucking fun job. Like the whole like Oscar thing. I'm just like, I don't give a fuck who wins Best Picture.
I couldn't give a fuck.
Same with the Academy Awards, same with the Grammys, same with all that shit. I'm like, I'm sorry, you're a bunch of fucking millionaires giving each other trophies. Fuck off.
I don't disagree. So
yeah,
I'm the same way.
I mean, you could say the same thing about sports, I guess, but like, at least there's something to sports.
At least, yeah, I guess. I gotta say there's talent, but there's talent in acting too. So,
of course, I'm not saying they're not talented. I'm just saying,
no, I know you're not. That's what I was just gonna say, and then I was like, that's.
I love movies. I love, obviously, we do the show that's fucking all about shows and movies. I love actors and acting, but like, yeah, sorry, stop fucking patting yourselves on the back. Fucking grow up. You're not fucking 5 in a little league.
Well said.
Yeah.
So yeah, it was whatever. Like I didn't really care. There was a few funny jokes, but it was just kind of like old Chris Rock now. Like, and it was just like, whatever.
I've never found Chris Rock like overly funny.
Like even his best stuff, I never found funny.
Yeah.
Like when I think of Chris Rock stand up, I think of The Office. Like the Michael Scott where Michael Scott does the Chris Rock jokes.
Yeah.
HR called on him.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I mean, to me, he's like an unfunny version of Robin Williams. He just speaks really fast and like, I don't know.
I wouldn't give him that much of a compliment.
Oh, I love Robin Williams. So I'm
I know, me too. Like, that's what I'm saying.
I'm just saying, like, he's an unfunny version of Robin Williams to me. Like, he's just, I don't know.
Yeah. Anyway, it was whatever. If you like Chris Rock, you might like it. I don't really know. I'm not a huge Chris Rock fan. So, and then we also tonight we watched Identity Theft. We just were in the mood to laugh, so we watched Identity Theft with Jason Bateman and
Michelle McCarthy.
Michelle McCarthy, yeah. Fuck, man.
That movie's good. It's funny.
So funny. Yeah. The throat punches and stuff is so fucking hilarious. Bateman is like Bateman. She is fantastic too.
Yeah.
But Bateman is like prime Bateman in this. He's just like he just plays Jason Bateman. That's like
totally. I love Melissa McCarthy in Bridesmaid too.
Oh God, man, she's so funny.
When she adopts all those dogs and like she's throwing out
They are a lot of work.
she's throwing out ideas for the like bridesmaid party or whatever,
Mud wrestling
like
or something.
yeah,
wasn't
it's like mud wrestling. And, what's the other one? I don't remember, but that's the scenes that like made me laugh the most is when her scenes.
Yeah, she's
the best.
great.
Yeah.
She's funny. That movie's great too. I wanted to watch that tonight, but Kate had started Identity Theft this morning, and I was like, I can definitely watch.
Yeah, fuck
Identity Theft. I love Bateman, so
yeah. Marcus E, what up, man?
Oh, I didn't see him. Hey, what up, Marcus? How's it going? Oh, I wasn't paying attention to the chat. I was looking at my notes for all the shit that I watched this week.
It's all good, brother. It's all good.
That's all I watched.
Yeah, no, I
thought we could maybe talk about Ninja Turtles trailer eventually if it's not on your list.
I wasn't, so yeah, let's talk about it. I watched it.
We can wait until you're done your thing. I'll bring it up.
Okay, cool.
Stick with the format, you know?
We got such a tight format. Fuck.
Oh, I'm also working on these right now, and I'm fucking really liking both of them.
The guy that just says, just stick with the format, fucking pulls out fucking figures.
Oh, wait a second. I know, right? Literally just said it, left my mouth.
Yeah, I like it.
I got these Brainiac.
Very nice.
5 head sculpts that I'm painting.
Very cool, dude.
I know, I'm really liking them. I got a shit ton of work done this afternoon.
Attaboy. Nice. What did I watch this week? All right, so right after we finished the podcast last week, I was like, you know what? It's time. I got to binge Yellowjackets season 1 again before the new season comes out. So I started the week with that. I watched all 10 episodes of that in like 3 days.
Where'd you go?
Yeah, well, I love that show. That show is so fucking good. Brodu and Salty Snacks, you got that right. Yeah, no, the Yellowjackets is fucking phenomenal. Anybody that has not watched that show, I'm telling you, man, it's fucking.
Isn't that the soccer? Isn't that the one about the team or whatever?
So it's a girls soccer team. They're going to state. They win like the state or the like local championship, high school championship or whatever. It's a bunch of high school girls. And so they get to go to state, and as they're going to state, their plane crashes. And they're out in like the wilderness basically. So it becomes kind of Lord of the Flies-esque.
Cool.
But it takes part in 2 timelines. So it takes place as they're on the island, trying to like survive basically, and then it fast forwards 20 years later as the people who survived the island, them as adults. And like their trauma and their shit that's going on in like present day, and it jumps back and forth. So
is that you get like Apple?
No, it's Showcase.
I don't know how to even get that.
I think it's on Crave.
Oh, okay. That sounds like something my wife would even be into.
It's really good, dude. It's like so it goes to the island, and you'll get like a little snippet of story, and then it'll fast forward to present day, and you'll get a little snippet of story, then it goes back, and like so you get little pieces back and forth, but there's mysteries going on in both timelines, so it's like you're slowly getting like a trickle feed of like what's going on.
The puzzles,
it's dope. It's so good, and I can't wait. It starts in 2 weeks, I think.
Nice,
the new season. So so that's 10 episodes, and then Mandalorian obviously, and Last of Us, and then what the fuck else did I watch? It just left my mind completely. Obviously I'm still watching Survivor, Australian Survivor, and American Survivor. I'm a huge fan. I recommend it, Jordan from Canada. It's awesome.
I might watch it too, Jordan. So
dude, like I mean, you could criticize like how like out there some of the things are, but it's pretty grounded overall.
My wife definitely will.
Yeah. But like
critical storyteller ever.
It's got sci-fi elements to it where you're not exactly sure like what's happening, and you're not sure if it's like in their head or if it's like actually happening, and like stuff like that, where it's kind of cool. And it lets you like kind of have those like water cooler moments of like, okay, it reminds me of Lost a ton, where it's like, okay, what exactly is happening, and you all have your own ideas, and that's the cool part of it. But and then that's the other show I watched, and I don't know why it came back to me, but season 4 second half. I'm not going to spoil it because it just came out for anybody, but it has a twist in it that I like the idea of the twist, but I also feel like it kind of retreaded some ground from the previous season. So I think they're kind of out of story for the show. Anyway, I'm talking about You on Netflix for people. I didn't really say that well. they released it in 2 halves basically. So there was the first half of the season 4 came out in February, and then the second half came out in March.
This is the one that Nike Boy suggested, right?
Yeah. It's good. The show's good, but like they've definitely run out of storyline. They need to end the fucking show. Like season 5 needs to be the last season of the show because
we were talking about that last week. About how they need to know when it's over. And
it's over. The show is over. You need to fucking end this thing. And I'm hoping like Jenna Ortega is in season 2, so I'm hoping she comes back for season 4 because we never really got a conclusion to her character. Or season 5, I guess it would be. But yeah, no, it's good. I recommend the show. It's a fun show. It's silly. It's got elements you can pick apart for sure. But I like the show, so I recommend it if you're looking for something to watch. And
how many episodes was that? 4, 5?
It was 5 per half, so we're on season 4. So I think there's 40 episodes you'd have to binge.
Okay.
But
oh no, I was asking just how much you did this week.
Yeah. So I've watched, I don't know, 27 episodes of shows this week probably. Because I watched Jeopardy on top of that. I watched Australian Survivor, which is 3 episodes. Survivor, which is an episode. Oh, I watched 2 episodes of Big Brother Canada that started this week. So, yeah, I'm all over the reality shows.
Get on it, dog.
Yeah, I have to keep busy. My mind goes crazy if I don't keep busy. So, yeah. And then playing a little bit of BioShock Infinite. It's an old game that came out in like 2013. But I just needed a little bit of old school video game, not super old school, but old school enough that I'm not really liking shit that's coming out. So I saw Penn Bagley's video on Wired. The 70s Kurt Russell aesthetic works for him. Yeah, Penn Bagley's.
That means so.
He's got that like Kurt Russell look.
It's Penn Badgley is an actor. Oh, he's an actor, right?
He's the main star of You, and he was in Gossip Girl as one of the main characters in Gossip Girl.
I'm sure if I like saw him, I would recognize who it is.
Yeah, he's a very attractive man. But yeah, no, I like him as the lead character in the show, and I think he actually does a very good job of portraying the character and everything. But I also think they've just run out of story. They're just repeating themselves at this point.
Sure.
It's like, you could just fucking end it, man.
It's time.
Yeah, it was the same with Orange Is the New Black. Like Netflix is bad when they get a hit. They just want to drag the fucking series forever. Yeah. And it's like Orange Is the New Black should have ended like season 4. And I think that shit carried on to season 7 or 8. And it was just like, this is way too much, man. So, show's got to know when to end it. But, and then I also played the new Resident Evil 4 chainsaw demo. You can see that on my YouTube channel. It's not the best video because my dog kept fucking barking and it's only like 25 minutes long. But, yeah, I don't know. The demo's cool. It's really short. I'm a huge Resident Evil fan, and I can't wait for this new game. So, yeah, I'm really excited for it. He gives me hot, older, retired twink vibes. Everything I aspire to be. I honestly think I don't know. Like, I don't know if this is like even a thing, but like I definitely think he'll be an X-Men. I just have a feeling. He just has the right look, and I don't know.
People obviously are into him enough because it seems like
I could see him being like a Cyclops, even like or something like that. Like he'd have to shave, but I don't know. Like I really like him. He's a young actor that I really enjoy. Same with Jenna Ortega. I really have a feeling that she's gonna end up as one of the X-Men.
Yeah,
I really do.
That wouldn't surprise me. That wouldn't surprise me.
She's in everything right now. She is so fucking
the right age too.
She's at the right age. She's young. She could sign like a 5-picture deal.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's up her alley at all. And she seems like a very picky like artist that only wants to do things that really interest her, which is cool.
Yeah. Well, if Marvel doesn't pick up their boots a little bit, she probably would be like, "Yeah, I'm better than that."
Yeah, she may very well may. Like apparently she had. Oh
wow, that'd be interesting.
That would be interesting. I could see him in that role too.
Something different from you.
Yeah, he needs something different from you, and I feel like it has similar. I only watched a couple seasons of Gossip Girl with my ex-girlfriend, so I don't know how it ends or anything, but he definitely seems like he has similar vibes from that show in You, like the rich kind of gossipy crowd. It definitely seems like a bit of aimed toward teens. This is type of casting of me, but I'd love Jenna as Raven for Teen Titans. That'd be interesting too.
That would be cool. I only know Raven because I watched the first season of Teen Titans, or Titans. That the one with Dick Grayson kind of as the lead or whatever.
Yep.
I watched the first season. I was like, oh, it's actually not bad. And then I started watching the second season. I was like, oh,
Ooh, yeah.
Got out of here pretty quick.
Yeah. I never seen the show, but
The first season's pretty good, actually.
Yeah.
Even I liked it, which says a lot.
Yeah, for sure.
But that's the only reason I know who Raven is. So Jenna as Raven would be cool.
I know, like she's probably got a contract for Wednesday because that got picked up season 2, and
yeah.
I mean I don't know how many seasons of that show they're going to do or whatever, but like she might be contractually obligated to not be able to do other things. Like I don't know. So
right.
because she just did Scream 6 and she's got Wednesday, so if her character survives, I guarantee she'll be back in Scream 7. I obviously have not seen Scream 6 yet. Please do not spoil that movie for me. I'm seeing it next weekend.
Put all the spoilers in the chat.
No, please, God, do not. I'm so
highlight them all.
Movie. But yeah,
seems like there's an overall good buzz about it, from what I can tell. So
they're saying it's the best sequel so far.
Nice.
Yeah. So
how good is that? I saw that too, Marcus.
I did. That is the rumor.
Jenna Ortega will be in Beetlejuice with the original cast. Fuck yes. Count me in.
That makes sense for her as
totally does. Plus Tim Burton, right? She's worked with Tim Burton before too, right? So
yeah. But that's it. That's all I watched. I'll recommend you. Yeah, I recommend Yellowjackets, and if you love fucking reality shows, there's so many going on right now. You can get in on one of those. What do you want to talk about first, Mando or Last of Us?
Let's quickly talk about Ninja Turtles.
Ninja Turtles. I already forgot about
it. You say your thoughts because I'll obviously have more to say.
I liked it.
Did you?
I like the animation style. I thought it was cute,
but
not too cute. It wasn't weird like the last live action movies, and it wasn't weird like that. I think it was the newest animated series there that they look fucking.
Oh yeah,
I don't
love that either.
Yeah, I like the way they look in this. I thought it was funny. It's got cool vibes. It's definitely something I'd be willing to see.
Nice. Yeah, I'm looking forward to it as well. I definitely I really strongly dislike Donatello's voice, and being that Donnie's my favorite turtle.
Mine too.
I don't love it, but everything else about it I liked. I like that it's obvious that they're going to be kids, so like I like that. Even like that bit where he stuck the sigh in his leg or whatever, and he's like screaming. I was like, that's fucking great, man.
Yeah, that's great.
And like that's what I'm here for that, especially if it does well and we get another one. Like it'd be cool to see like the next progression of them, being like these like little stupid, careless kids to like a bit more mature. It'd be cool to like grow with that franchise if they wanted to do like a trilogy or something.
I totally agree. I would like that a lot, and like I really wish this would be like the family aimed animated thing, and then they would spin this off and go live action hard R series too.
Oh, I mean, I would love if they did that, but I don't see them doing that right now. So
I just think this is perfect timing to do it. You got a great animated thing. Let that do its own thing. Let that be family friendly, funny, whatever. Any age can go see it, and then do a fucking Tarantino brutal-esque fucking rated R Turtles thing.
Marcus E. So I love how modern turtle designs try to make them have minor differences in aesthetics, like a full-on bandana for Raph or goggles for Donnie. Yeah, I actually aesthetically like how these guys look. I don't think the toys that we saw so far look good, but I think on screen they look good. So, I mean, that's what's important to me. And to be honest with you, unless the movie like really like blows my socks off, I'm not going to need this version of the Turtles. Like I already have, like I'm trying to cut back as it is. So but I just can't stop. But I mean, like at this point, for me to get Turtles, like I have to really be invested.
I wish we got a little bit more of like
the
villains aspect in that
It's
trailer.
cool to see the supporting cast, especially because there's so many good names in there.
And I wanted to see the way they look and everything like that too, like Shredder's look and everything like that. But
well, Shredder's name is the only villain that's not mentioned.
And
I guess Krang technically isn't too, but Utron is, which I think are similar. But
yeah, I noticed that too. But I'm assuming he's going to be in it as like at some point. But no, the Mirage TMNT thing would be great. I
agree.
I mean, I would be down for like an HBO show that was like live action, that was like 10 episode series or something like that. That was like graphic and cool. I don't know. They could go so many different routes with it.
I think there's nostalgia for the live action stuff for us, but I think for like younger audiences, I feel like they think it looks stupid. Like I was listening to the Weekly Planet and they were talking about, I can't remember what it was. It might've been a Caravan of Garbage, where they were talking about Ninja Turtles and how he has like this affinitive love for the movie Turtles, but the kids see it and they're like, 10 and 7 or something like that. And like, and they think it looks like so ridiculous. They're like, that looks so stupid.
But you got to remember too, this was like 89, 90, somewhere in that area.
Oh, the Turtles?
The original live series, the live
80,
movies.
89, yeah. I think it was, no, I don't know.
I don't remember either. But like my point is like,
that, I think.
It's 2023. We can do a better job than what they did in 1989.
I definitely agree. But what I'm saying is that, the industry really has moved more away from practical effects in a lot of ways, right? So
I agree. But like, look at Star Wars right now, right? Like they had all kinds of practical creatures in the last episode.
Yeah,
and I mean, yes, they can look corny and they can look poorly done. And like I assume it's really hard to act in those suits and like, do actual choreograph fight scenes and all that stuff. Yeah. But like, I don't know. To me, it's 2023. You can do fucking anything.
Jordan says I'm a little torn on that. I like a classic look, but it does make sense. They'd look different in look. Yeah, I agree.
Yep, I agree with that too.
I'm excited. I'm excited. I feel like it aesthetically fits with Into the Spider-Verse.
Yeah, it does. Yeah, it definitely does.
It's interesting. But I do like the look of it. I think they look fucking pretty cool. I think the playful nature of them being like kids is going to be like probably the thing I like the most about this.
Sure.
But I can imagine that the supporting cast will not hurt either because
no,
there's a lot of good names.
I mean, I think it's the same as the Mario movie, right? Like you got a great supporting cast there. It looks like it's going to be.
I didn't watch the second trailer. I meant to watch the second.
I don't want to watch anymore. I'm good. I'll wait. Yeah, I'll wait until it comes out and watch it. Like,
yeah,
I don't want to do that. Yeah, I don't want everything ruined for me, and I feel like
I heard it does give a lot away, so maybe I should just wait.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, like, yeah, that's a good point, Marcus. Prey did a great job with Predator.
Yeah, true, very true.
You can make it look dope. You got to have the right people behind it, and you got to have the right budget, and I think you could do it very well. I
would love to see it.
Yeah, same.
But I'll take this in the meanwhile.
Yeah, no. When's it come out? Do you remember? August? Is it August?
No. Let me look.
All right, you look.
But I don't.
I also want to talk briefly before we get into Mando or Last of Us. The rumors going around about the timeline for the Marvel movies going forward.
August 4th.
August 4th. I thought it was August. We've seen a couple spoilerly leaks websites pointing out that the tentative plan for Phase 5 through 7 for the MCU, and it looks like they're spreading things out a little more. That they want to delay certain things, shows, movies into different phases. Yeah. Right now, it's looking like some of these other shows that were supposed to come out this year are getting pushed to like Phase 6, Phase 7, just to drag things out. There's rumors that they're delaying one of the Avenger movies like way out to like 2027. I don't know. Apparently the sites that I've read, the two shows this year are still going forward, but they're both going to be in the summer.
Wars and Secret
Invasion and
Loki.
Secret Invasion is apparently May. I think the end of May until early July.
21st or something like that. May 21st.
Yeah, and then the other Loki is supposed to be like end of July or early August into like September, October area, and then we have the Marvels in November. That's what the rumors are. So I guess that's probably why they delayed the Marvels as well as to spread things out and whatever. But I really hate the tentative plans I've seen just because they're dragging this way too far out. This is way too like 2027 to end. Like it's too much.
The thing is, and I said this to you when we talked about it the other day, is that if they're going to indeed slow down, I do think that's a good thing, but I think they need to reconsider what they have ahead of them, because in order for them to get to 2027, they need to get people back on board, because it seems like there's a lot of, and again, I know we talk about this regularly, but like,
it's bad.
It's a big thing, man. That's a bit like, you can't have these movies not making bank. If they can't make bank, they aren't going to make them.
Ant-Man is doing very poorly.
So bad.
It's got very low user reviews on most websites. It's like in the 40th percentile.
It had the highest opening weekend grossing of any Ant-Man movie, but it's going to make the least amount of money.
Yep. There's no legs on
Not
it.
a
Like
good sign.
It dropped 70% the first weekend, and then another 60% the third weekend. So it's bad. But like the things that did get me excited was like Shang-Chi 2, Is rumored for like I think Phase 6 or Phase 7.
Oh, that's too bad. But I mean, yeah, it's bound to happen.
There's also a World War Hulk movie
Yeah.
that was part of the plans for I think 2026. They're waiting until they get the rights back from Universal
Yeah.
to do a
Yeah. I
Hulk
heard
movie.
that was coming soon. I think I saw
I
that
think it's
they were trying to
2025.
they were working out a deal for Namor and for Hulk, I believe.
Yeah. Well,
Because
I think
the
the
same
Hulk.
situation. He can't have his own movie.
No, but I think the Hulk plan is if they do not make a Hulk movie within a certain time limit, then the rights revert
Marvel?
back to Marvel. So I
Nice.
assume that that's what they're trying to wait out. I don't know. I could be wrong on that, but there was some cool things that they wanted to do, but like I also don't think dragging this out without X-Men being a major part of this is smart.
The thing is you're gonna make us wait way too long. It's gonna be too late.
X-Men like is not part of any of these phases other than the Deadpool movie.
Yeah.
And yeah, that's like if we're not getting an X-Men movie till 2028, that's way too long.
Yeah, I definitely agree, especially because we've already been waiting for like 5 years.
Yeah, like I'm not waiting another fucking 5 years for.
You will. That's the thing.
Well, no, but I'm saying like by 5 years from now, I think I'm going to be burnt out on the MCU if X-Men are not involved in this.
Again, like to me, it's not fair to say that because you can't just put a date on it and be like, oh, in 5 years I'm going to be off this. But like
it's already at that point where I'm.
But what I'm saying is, if the next 3 movies were end level quality or end game quality, you would be back in. Like it's not even a negotiable, right? Like
sure, but like I said, like I'm very excited for Guardians, but outside of Guardians, there's not really a movie that I'm like, fuck, I can't wait for that. Like
I don't disagree.
The Marvels.
I've never been that person. I've always been the opposite. But
the Marvels movie doesn't move the needle for me. Fucking as much as I enjoyed Falcon and Winter Soldier, the show, like I'm really not that excited for Captain America 4.
The idea of what's happening in Captain America 4, I'm in.
There's parts of it that I think it could be cool, but like I don't know. I don't know. We'll see. Well, like I said, we'll see. But
Marcus said low-key worried about the Marvels only because there's an Asian actor who's pretty big among K-drama fans. I just don't want the movie to bomb and everyone making him out as the scapegoat. Yeah,
they will, but that sucks. It shouldn't happen, but yeah, that will happen.
I said I'm so hyped to see more of Namor. He was badass. I love how they reinvented his culture. Yeah,
I agree
me too. I wish it would have been prettier. Like I wish we could have seen more of it. But
yeah, I want more Namor for sure.
Apparently they're holding back on X-Men because of contracts. If they were to bring any X-Men back, it would have to be the previous incarnations.
I saw that same rumor, but like they're contracted out till 2027. That seems a bit much. And Disney has infinite money. Fucking throw some money at Fox and say fuck you. The contract's over.
Jordan from Canada said they got to do it in the comic. Do what the comics do. Sprinkle Spider-Man, Cap, and Wolverine and everything. They got to figure out a way to get those rights.
Yeah,
I agree.
I mean, I saw a rumor too. I mean, we're going down many tangents here that the villain of Spider-Man 4 is going to be Punisher, and that's why Punisher's in Daredevil.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I mean, to me, that could be fun
because that'd be awesome.
You have Punisher being Punisher and like thinking that the way to solve this problems is to fucking kill people, and you have Peter trying to stop him, right? Like might not even have to be that he's trying to kill Peter, more just that he's
apparently it's going to be a battle between him and Kingpin in the Spider-Man movie.
I mean, I would love to see that, like Kingpin with Tom Holland too, so
yeah, that they want Spider-Man 4 to be like Kingpin and Punisher and Spider-Man in New York, and like it's like a war zone type thing. But
I'll do that.
Yeah, no, that'd be dope. I wish we were gonna get like a badass Punisher, but I just don't think that's gonna be in the cards. So I don't know how they're exactly gonna do it, but
I agree. I've said it before, and I will stand by my ground. When it comes to Daredevil and when it comes to Punisher, it doesn't matter what the MCU puts in front of me. I feel like they're not going to be able to beat those Netflix versions.
No, I agree.
They're literally perfect in my mind.
Totally agree.
So it's like it's going to take like some serious legwork to be able to move those from my mind as being the best.
Yeah, no, and like I love John Bernthal's representation of Punisher, and like
awesome.
You know, I love like I'm one of the few people that I like Thomas Jane's Punisher. Like I thought Thomas Jane did a really good job as Punisher. The movie's not great, but like I liked him as a character. And I always thought like, oh well, that was our shot, like to get a great Punisher thing, and then John Bernthal just fucking, blows it out of the park. So,
Yep.
I don't know. We'll see. I like that rumor, and if that's actually the direction they're heading in, is it was part of the rumor too that Spider-Man 4 is coming in, I think Phase 7 or Phase 6. So we'll see. But
sweet, I'd be down.
Yeah. Anyway, that's the Marvel corner. That's all the gossip and news that I've seen, and the idea to soft reboot of the Netflix series is a poor decision, which is ironic because that's a route I'd be okay with for the DCU. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I don't know. Like, they probably can't necessarily carry over the exact same character from the Netflix series. Like, I assume Netflix has some rights or something to that.
I think they're just not doing it because of the tone. It doesn't really fit the Disney tone.
Well, and that's what I was going to say.
The MCU tone, right? Which
is they can't carry on that tone either. So
I know
it would be weird if they were like, this is season 3 of the Punisher, and it's like completely different. And it's like,
and he's like walking home barefoot in his costume from She-Hulk's house.
Yeah, exactly. Like, it just wouldn't work necessarily. So Jordan from Canada says, I love that Tom Jane movie. I love it too, but like, I know it's not a good movie. Like,
I don't love it. It's not one that I had attachment to.
I had so much attachment to that movie because it was one of the first like graphic fucking movie. Like, there's some graphic shit in that movie where I'm like, holy shit, like, this is awesome. We're finally getting some fucking adult comic book shit. It's the same with what's Keanu Reeves in the DC movie Constantine. I love that movie, and I know it's not a great movie, but I love Keanu Reeves as Constantine.
Yeah, are they making a sequel of that? I thought they were
supposed.
Man, we're almost 40 minutes and we haven't even started talking about.
It's gonna be 4 a.m. by the time this fucker's done.
You're gonna lose your hour, so
yeah. No, I know. I don't know if that movie's going forward still. There's rumors that because of the DCU change, it could get lost in the shuffle. But then James Gunn said it's still on. I don't know if it's actually still on. Who knows? DC's a mess. Okay, let's talk Mandalorian. What did you think of this episode? Okay, what did I think of this episode? I thought it was a very mediocre episode. There's things about it I liked. I love Grogu. I love the cuteness of Grogu. I love seeing Grogu do Grogu ass shit.
Me too. So fucking cute.
I didn't have the same complaints that I'm seeing a lot online that everybody's complaining about how dark the episode was, apparently. Like, dark as in like they can't see what the fuck's happening. Dark, not dark as in like content dark.
Yeah.
A lot of people are complaining about it, apparently.
Interesting.
I don't know. I didn't think the episode knocked it out of the park by any stretch. I thought it was fine, but like, this season so far feels like it's just treading water for me.
Well, I will agree that I don't feel like plot-wise we're really moving too far ahead. I thought this one was better than the last one. There's a lot of things in this that I liked. Bo-Katan kicking ass with a Darksaber was really fun.
Bo-Katan's
Getting
awesome.
to see a Mythosaur, even if it was just the eye, was pretty fun. Grogu's just fucking cute as hell. But I gotta say, my biggest complaint about this, and I feel like it happens a lot with Mando, is like someone else shows up. My friend said this, and I was like, I'm going to say this on the podcast. But like, somebody else shows up and reminds us how much cooler they are than Mando.
Oh, totally.
It's just like, it's like he gets taken by a machine and then like, has to get saved. And again, like, I know it happens, but like, I think of like him fighting that like ram thing in season 1, I think, and Grogu has to save him, and like, no, I'm not saying the guy's to be invincible, but it's just like, it's funny to me because it's like,
they've made bounty hunters like weak as fuck in these shows, man. Like, Boba Fett did nothing. Mandalorian, like, so far, like, every single time he's in a situation, he needs somebody to rescue him. He gets captured by everything. It's like,
I agree with
you're
this.
Supposed to be this badass.
Din and Bo-Katan's interaction and conflict about ideologies and experience is good. Hope to see that sort of grow.
Yeah, no, I love that. Bo-Katan being like, you like, take off your helmet. Like, why are you still like obsessed with these old fucking laws and rules of the Mandalorians? Like, who cares? And like, I like that aspect of it. I'd be very much in that corner of like that's how I am in my personal life with religion and everything. It's like, why are you following this dumb old shit? But like, I totally respect the fact that some people do, and that's like their thing. And it's like, okay, whatever. I like that ideology like mix up of like, oh yeah, we're very different viewpoints, but we're gonna work together kind of thing.
Yeah. I liked it. I really like Bo-Katan's character, and
Me too.
it was cool to see her like seriously whoop ass. I love that. It was cool to see her have like a full interaction with Grogu. That was pretty fun too. What else did I like? I thought the reappearance of R5D4 was pretty fun. The droid that Mando takes, that's from A New Hope, so I thought that was pretty.
And I like the droid being like so scared of everything. Like it's just such a wimp of like, I don't want to go. Like leave me alone, buddy.
Yeah, I also liked the planet and like how it was all like crystallized on top. I thought that was really cool too.
Yeah, no, I like that. I like that too. I hated the fucking Grogu flip that he did.
When like, he got out of the thing at the beginning, when he got the Peli
so episode 3 or episode 2 bullshit. I fucking hate it.
I loved it. I thought it was so funny.
Cut that shit right the
because
fuck out
he was like, he even did like a little gurgle. He was like,
I love his little gurgly noises and him trying to talk. That stuff.
You notice those like his talking. It seems like it's changing. Like it's now like I feel like it's more of a murmur now and less of a just like.
Yeah, I can't wait till he starts talking in riddles like Yoda.
That would be funny.
Yeah.
Marcus, you said, "Oh man, that reminds me. I'd love to see the OG trilogy bounty hunters show their stuff like Bosk and Forloom kicking ass and being intimidating." Yeah, man, I would love to see that. That'd be awesome.
I also just feel like we're retreading a lot of ground. Like it just feels like there's no like plot moving forward. It's like he has the dark saber. All right, he doesn't have the dark saber. He's fighting a thing. He doesn't fight a thing. He really wants parts for the original or IG whatever the fuck from the last episode. IG-11. He wants parts for IG-11. This episode, he's like, oh no, I'll just buy some random droid. Like it's like, all right, what do you want to do? Do you want that droid? Do you not want that droid? Are you still getting these little creatures to fix IG-11?
Yeah.
Like what do you fucking pick
I'm
lane,
sure
boy.
He'll go back to everything. Like it's just setting up for when he inevitably goes back to.
I know, but I'm hoping the whole season isn't like this. Like it's just like, hey, I gotta go to Planet X to get, whatever. I need the battery.
But I mean, in this one, they made pretty good strides towards what they were gonna do. Episode 1, they talked about going to the waters of Mandalore or whatever. This time he did, so that's good.
I like the fact that this wasn't dragged out to like episode 6 of him trying to get to Mandalore. I like that aspect, but I'm just hoping it's not like side quest. You got to go here to get this. You got to go there to get that.
I feel like that's going to be a leading part in the story moving forward because he kept on saying that the armor was wrong about Mandalore and like not having any like anything living there. And like, do you know anything about the mythosaurs? Do you know what those are?
I don't really. I kind of read a little bit online, but like
so it's like a beast that apparently like the Mandalorians used to like ride into battle or something like that. And that's like that skull thing that Boba Fett has on his costume or whatever. That's a mythosaur skull.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
It reminded me a lot of Book of Boba Fett when he's riding the
Rancor.
The Rancor. Yeah. I was like, he's going to ride that at some point near the end of the season or something.
That would be cool. Yeah. Marcus, he says, if this season arc ends with him riding the mythosaur up to the armor like Boba Fett, only for her to say, "You're still not Mandalorian," I'll flip my shit.
I have a feeling that's what's happening.
What do you say? I'm joking about riding the mythosaur, but if he proves his worth and still gets denied, it would fulfill my storytelling needs. And sorry, I had this up, but I didn't read it, but I want to. Even Bo-Katan, a warrior with a cold heart, can't resist Grogu's main superpower, the power of baby cooing adorably.
It's true, man. Like,
so true. Every time he opens his little mouth, I'm just like, God damn, that thing is fucking cute.
And I'm not a baby person. I'm not somebody that's like, oh, babies, yay. Like, I don't have children on my own. I don't plan on having children on my own. I'm not that type of dude. But something about his little gurgly noises and him being all cute and stuff, I'm like, fuck, man. Grogu's the best. I want to be Grogu.
Yeah, man.
I
agree.
Yeah, I really hope that like he starts saying words and shit because I just think it's cute as shit.
Me too. I'm fucking loving it.
Yeah, the episode overall, I still think it's pretty mediocre, but like Grogu's the standout for me. I want to see more Darksaber shit. I love Bo-Katan using the Darksaber and fighting this, fucking things, creatures, whatever.
Dude, that was so dope, man. That was so fucking cool. yeah, I just find it. I liked it, but I just found it funny that we had an episode where Din had to be rescued twice. So
Yeah, well, that was my problem with it too. It was like he gets captured, she rescues him, then he gets captured again, and then I'm like, all right, twice in an episode. Like, how much fucking big of a wuss can you be, man? Like, fucking do something.
yeah,
Grogu, get fucked, nerds. That would be awesome if he was just like a fucking badass like that. Like,
yeah. Imagine he gets his voice and he sounds like something fucking crazy. It's not like cute at all.
He sounds
it's
like
just...
a 70-year-old smoker.
He's like, I'm 80, motherfuckers. What are you talking about?
I look at this cute body. I roll in 5 gangs.
I use the Force. You want to see me use the Force?
Yikes. Yeah, no, I hope we get some more action in episode 3, and I hope the story starts actually like progressing to a point where we're like, all right, this is what's happening. This is what we're going for. I want to see, like, did the Empire just give up on getting Grogu? Like, come on, let's something's got to be coming for Grogu.
Yeah. I feel like he's not out of the woods.
No,
sure.
I feel that's got to be an arc at some point, and yeah, I don't know. I mean, it was nice seeing what's her face fixing up,
Kelly Moto.
Yeah, I like that character.
I liked her dealing with the guy with the fingers, and then he walks away, and the Jawas all bring the parts in.
Yeah, she's just scamming people left and right, man.
I love it. It's so funny.
But yeah, no. Overall, I mean, I feel like the Hutts could be part of this season too at some point.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah.
I
just don't want I don't want them to go too deep. I'd rather have a focused effort as to where the episodes are going, so that way we don't get some. Again, like, my biggest worry is that it becomes Bad Batchy, and it's just like there's no moving forward plot. It's just, here's the story of the week.
Yeah,
it's done.
That's what I'm worried about. Is like, so far that's what this season feels like. Is it like story of the week? Okay, we got that guy gone. All right, move on. Like, if the overarching like arc of this season is like, like he wants to ride the Mythosaur and he wants to take back Mandalore or whatever, then like fine. But like, what is the like villain? What is the crux? Like, what is the enemy? Like, we got to have some kind of thing coming back the other way.
I think we're going to have a Mando war between the ancient tribes and Bo-Katan's, like the more modern, like the ones who take off their helmets and stuff.
Yeah.
Because they're going to try to all go back to Mandalore, I feel like.
Or is it just him raising Grogu to be a Mandalorian and like, hey, we get a helmet?
Grogu is 100% getting a costume.
Yeah. Oh, I think so
too. If not by the end of this, then in the very beginning of the next season.
Yeah. And like, will we get more Luke stuff about him trying to train?
I don't think so.
Things? I don't know.
I think they'll let it go. But I wouldn't be surprised if we saw Ahsoka.
Yeah, that would make sense.
I feel like Ahsoka is going to show up somewhere. I feel like it's going to set up the Ahsoka show, because I know that the big focus with that is going to be on Thrawn and Ezra.
I assume that's coming like late this year. I would guess.
Fucking hope it doesn't get moved, because I'm really excited for it.
I'm going to guess October.
It's got all my Rebels peeps in it. It's got Ezra and it's got Sabine. So
I'm going to guess October, because they're not going to want to interfere with the other MCU shows.
Yeah.
And so I'm going to say like late September, early October is when that show's coming out.
That'd be great. I'd be happy with that. So yeah, I mean, I don't know. It's good. It's not as good as the last season, but it's good. It's fine. It's good enough.
I think it's only 8 episodes too, right?
Oh, is it? Shit.
I think so. So I think they got to start moving this plot, but yeah, it's fine.
I know with Bad Batch, the last few episodes have been great as standalones, but like, let's get moving here. What are we doing?
Yeah. Last of Us.
I can start on Last of Us because I'll have less to say.
Episode 8. Go. Really spoilers. We never threw up spoilers.
We didn't do it.
Everybody forgive us.
Abort.
Yeah.
There you go.
Sorry if we spoiled any of Mandalorian for you. I'm sorry, but you should know going into this that we're not professional and we don't know what we're doing.
It's not wrong.
That's the way it is.
It's not wrong.
You're here for the laughs and the hot bodies. Yeah, that's it.
That's right, and the nips. Last of Us was fucking amazing, man. Honestly, like, yeah, it was really fucking good. I like right after I finished it, I was just like, oh. But as I was watching it, I got a text from you, and it was, I think you said, I can't remember what you said, something about like not
deserving
TV or something, or
yeah,
or maybe it was the week before. But yeah, that was fucking it was amazing. Like, it was so good. I'm so curious to know like how much they cut out, because I remember you were saying that
So
there's
much.
like, did they? Yeah.
I mean, it's not super important shit, but like my biggest complaint with this episode was there is still no infected going on in like
Yeah, that is my another complaint for me too.
3 or 4 episodes we've gone without seeing any infected, and it's like I understand that the humans are a big part of the show and they're like a threat in this world, and like I get that. And this episode in the game, so all right, well, I mean, I guess we should try to like back up a little bit here, but like
Yeah, come on, Brian, get it together.
Ellie's obviously trying to save Joel, and like she's out trying to hunt, and like in the game you have a bow and arrow. She's not using a fucking rifle. She's actually like pretty solid with a bow and arrow, so that part I kind of missed too. I was like, that's a big part of Ellie is a bow and arrow, so like they should have definitely introduced that in my
Kind of
opinion.
sounds like you're saying a boner
Arrow. Yeah.
Boner arrow, yeah.
No, bow and arrow. Sorry.
Boner arrow.
So she hunts the deer just like in the game. That part's the same, and she comes up on David and James. For people that don't know, James is played by Troy Baker, who's Joel in the video game. He's a voice actor that played Joel.
Cool.
Very dope. So basically, like everything happens up to that point, just like the game. Like David sends James off to go get health shit for Joel as a trade for the deer. But then like a bunch of infected storm in on Ellie and David, and they have to like basically retreat into this like I don't know, some kind of like farming manufacturing place that has like it's like a big barn basically that they're like hiding going into. And as they're like closing doors behind them, there's like fucking infected coming through windows and like fucking storming in on them, and they basically have to like work together and trust each other. Yes. They basically have to like trust each other and work together and like to survive this. Like there's a bunch of infected coming. There's a bunch of clickers and like all kinds of shit that keeps coming at them. So Ellie like kind of builds trust with David because they survived this and they were working together this whole time. And then James comes up on them, and that's when you realize like, oh no, he wasn't on Ellie's side at all this entire time. Like he's just been waiting for James to get back to basically like kidnap this girl. And that's kind of like the twist in that part of the game is like, oh no, like they're not working together. Like they're here to get this girl. And like as creepy as David was in the show, like I feel like he's creepier in the game. I thought the portrayal in the game was done better in my opinion, but I like the show, but it's just different, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah.
And they like, so like, I don't know, Ellie kind of gets away and runs away. She gets on the horse just like in the show where she's like, oh, I'm going to lead them away from Joel. And that part's like drawn out way more where like you're riding on horseback and you're going like down this like mountain pass basically. And there's all kinds of guys kind of running around you and trying to shoot you. And eventually
I can see why they shorten that. Like you don't need to fill the
but she gets to this like ski resort. And so she's like at the ski resort and there's all kinds of guys at the ski resort. And she has to like be a badass with this like bow and arrow and start picking them off. And it gets like full on like fucking, you know, like Rambo or Predator or whatever the fuck, where she's like out there like fucking picking off dudes, and then she takes their weapons and she starts using their weapons, like the guns and shit they drop to like get through the area basically. And I just definitely thought like it needed that kind of breakup of like, oh no, like let's make Ellie a badass. Let's make like let's show that Ellie is out to survive and she's doing whatever she can to get back to Joel basically. And then that whole thing takes place where David walks up on her and takes her and like kidnaps her basically, and you realize that not only is David like into her sexually and, you know, wants to rape her or whatever, make her his wife or whatever the fucked up thing he wants to do, but he's also a cannibal and is eating their dead.
That's fucked up. That was a crazy twist I didn't see coming.
Yeah. It's gross.
Even when I saw the ear, I didn't think at first. My first thought wasn't like, oh, they're gonna eat humans. I was just like, oh, he kills people, and then I kind of put it together after like the glance, and I was just like, oh,
oh yeah,
okay.
yeah. So like when that little girl's like, "Oh, we want to bury my dad," and he's like, "Oh no, the ground's too solid from the winter. We can't dig a hole right now." It's that's not the case. It's because they're eating dad.
Dude, that's bonkers. Yeah, that was a fucked up twist for sure. I was just like, whoa, holy crap.
Yeah. So I personally here at Moose Milk Media, we do not recommend eating your dead.
Do we have a banner for that?
No. I haven't made one yet, but I'm gonna put my hand down, my foot down, whatever you got to put down. Don't be a cannibal. We don't like you.
Don't eat humans.
No.
Even if they taste like pork.
And I hate
the next episode.
I hate that scene where the horse gets shot because I just animals dying in shows just fucking breaks my heart. I don't like it, but obviously it's not a real horse when it gets shot. But yeah.
Oh my God, you're a horse. Actually, I'm a broom. Remember Family Guy?
So yeah, we get the ending of Ellie being a fucking badass and
buddy,
getting away. She takes a fucking butcher knife or whatever and puts it through fucking James's throat, played by Troy Baker, and
crazy.
That's awesome. And then David kind of chases her through this like burning restaurant, and in the game it's a lot more drawn.
She sets the restaurant on fire because she throws a piece of wood from a fire
right
at like this old dingy curtain,
and it just sets the whole place ablaze. In the game, like it's very video gamey where you're like sneaking around, like kind of kneel down around like all the seating and shit, and you have to basically like shank David 3 times before like the fight's over. Basically, it's a lot more drawn out where like you're sneaking through the kitchen area, you're sneaking around all these tables and stuff, and then you sneak up behind him and fucking shank him. But like there's broken glass on the ground around these tables and stuff, so you have to walk and make sure you're not stepping on the glass or he hears you and then fucking goes after you, kind of thing. So it's very video gamey in the game, obviously, and like I wish it was a little more drawn out in the show. I just feel like it went by like way too quickly, that last little scene. But I thought it was portrayed amazingly by Bella Ramsey, and like
she's great.
She just goes fucking ham on him with that fucking knife or whatever at the end.
The cleaver at the end, in the face.
Fucking awesome.
Oh my God, I know. I was like, dude, what the fuck? You could
right from the game, like that's right in the game too. And then
like chop him in the face like fucking 25 times. Like what the fuck?
And Joel,
it's not a face anymore.
Joel like thinking he's going there to rescue her, and no, she's done the work. She's there, and like him cradling her and calling like baby girl and all that stuff. Like it makes me super emotional because he's finally like treating her like his daughter, basically.
Yeah. Well, I mean, she saved him, so
yes, totally. You finally see their relationship, like, really taking, together. Yeah. So, I love the episode. I just thought it could have been a little longer. It could have been about 15 minutes longer, and they could really like added a little spice to a couple scenes. But
that's fair. I think that's fair.
It's well portrayed. Bella Ramsey fucking crushes in this episode, and she's fucking badass as fuck. And I teased that last week, and I told you this was a goodie.
You did. Yep. So is the next one going to be a goodie?
I don't know how they're finishing this in one episode, man.
Well, I saw that thing that you were talking about last week. Bella Ramsey said that the last episode is going to be controversial in choice or something like that to people who like the show and the game or something, right? Is that what they said, or something like that?
Something along the line. She basically said like she can see the last episode being full of controversy or something like that. Whether that means because video game fans are going to be disappointed, or if that means people that don't know the video game are going to watch the show and be like, what the fuck? Or like a little bit of both. I don't know. I'm not going
to without spoiling it. Is there a big gap from the game that's missing that would change the ending enough to make it unsatisfactory? Do you feel like, is there anything that's like, we really haven't spent that much time with that we are going to feel forced into that? Or
the last section of the game, right, is like basically you're trying to finally get her to the Fireflies is like the premise, right? So like we're trying to end this whole trek across the country of like, all right, we're finally getting Ellie to the Fireflies.
Right.
There's a segment like that ahead of after all this shit, like Joel and her are basically like, all right, we're going on together, and like there's a lot of fight scenes that I have a feeling they're going to leave out at the beginning of this next part of this game. I don't want to spoil anything, obviously, but like the way the game ends, video games are normally a very like choose your option type situation where they're like, you know, you can take route A or route B type thing, and you can choose your piece of dialogue here, or you can decide, you know, especially
Yeah,
in
you
that
can
area.
have some discretion, like some say in how this goes,
Right.
basically.
And the game did not allow that. The game made all the decisions for you. The way the game ends is like, no, this is the story we're telling, and this is the way it ends. And I'm hoping that they stick to what the game did,
Yep.
but I'm also very worried that they're going to make
Change it.
changes, and I think that would be for the worst if they did. But
Mm.
I'm open to seeing what they want to, you know, what the story is they want to tell. But um, I have a feeling that they're going to leave out a very large segment of the beginning of the next section of the game, and they're just going to go straight towards like the big end conclusion of the of
Yeah.
of the game. So,
Hmm.
if they do that, that's fine. I think we need some infected though in this episode. Like I definitely
Yeah.
think it's been too long since we've seen them. So I hope that
Yep.
the opening segment of this next episode is like, all right, we're fighting some clickers. We got to get through this area to get to, you know, the fireflies or whatever, and we got some cool
Mhm.
fight scenes there, and then we get to the big end game of like, here's the last 45 minutes of the episode is like boom 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 boom, here we go. It is a really cool scene like that we're about to see, and I hope that they
Nice.
do it just like the game. Like I think it's awesome. It's brutal, and it's gonna be you know, people are gonna have varying opinions on it, I'm sure, of if they haven't
Yeah.
played the game. But I'm sad that it's only one more episode, and I'm sad that
Yeah.
it's
Me
gonna be
too.
gone for probably 2 years before we get another season.
I agree. It is definitely a bummer to lose it because it's been enjoyable. It's been fun to watch for sure.
I'm glad you liked it, because I was so
Yeah.
worried at the beginning of this that like this wouldn't be up your alley, and
No, I really like it. It's really good.
I'm good. Glad.
Very good.
What do you want to happen in the last episode? Like what would
I mean,
satisfy you as
I
somebody that's
think you
watching the
asked
show?
me. I don't know about satisfying because the thing is I know we're getting more. So like I know it can only end. So I know it's not going to wrap everything up with a bow. There's still going to be a lot of questions, I think, but I feel like we're going to inevitably, and I think I said this a few weeks ago, we're going to get to the Fireflies or wherever the idea of bringing Ellie was supposed to be, and it's going to go one of two ways. It's either not going to be what they expected, and they're going to like try to like hurt her or something, and then Joel's going to have to be like, fuck that shit, I'm going to fuck everyone up because you don't touch her kind of thing, right?
Mm.
I feel like we could go that way, or we could get to that point and get like a glimmer of hope of some sort that like maybe isn't where they're finally arriving to, and it like kind of sets up for the next season of like what that next season is going to kind of look like. But yeah, I don't know. I don't feel like, and I say this because of something you said, but you were like in this world, like even the happy endings aren't really like happy. Like they're just, everything's pretty shit. So it's like, I think of like, in the end is like, you don't want to celebrate anything too much because, it's overall, even if it's, you can clock something as a win, it's still like pretty horrible.
I mean, like, obviously they're going for a cure, right? So like, even if they found that Ellie is the source of a cure or whatever the situation is that they're hoping to like, make pills, make some kind of vaccine, whatever the fucking case is, the world's still gone. Like the world, like there's no, like, even if everybody still alive got cured, you've still lost millions upon millions of people. You've still lost your entire family. You've still lost the entire civilization.
Everything,
electricity, power, water, everything. Like, so I mean, like the world is dark no matter what the situation is.
Yes, totally.
Even if that's the outcome. Like,
but I mean, you could start built like, I mean, it'd be a slow build because your population's gone, but I mean,
totally,
could still get back to some semblance of normal, possibly, if you had, and I mean, if you had a cure and could it cure infected people? Like, could it bring them back to to life? Like, if that was the case, then you could use it to like repopulate the earth, but
I also think
people who had like mushroom heads, that's like, oh, sorry, your head just has to stay that way.
They just like staple it back together.
Like, hi, I'm Gary. Looks, his face is like just like lips all just fucking like. I'm just thinking of South Park, and I'm just like, oh man.
No,
like
I mean,
with the butt head. What do they call that again? What do they call it? There's the proper name for it.
I don't remember. I can't remember, but They also could like really like if they really want this show to last like 4 or 5 seasons, they could definitely do like a spin-off season where they're like, oh, this is like what's happening in Europe, or this is what's happening in Africa, and like we never really get to see that in the game at all. So like all the little set new segments and stuff that's made for the show, like that's all new to this. So like I think that would be an interesting take, as like characters we've never met that like they could really tell
just
like
a different story in the same timeline kind of thing.
Totally. And like I said, like the second game is much longer than the first game, so I definitely think that the second game, if they're going to say that's season 2, it's probably going to be season 3 as well. It's just too long of a game and too much story in it to do this in like a 10 episode season. So I'll be very interested to see where they end this and how much that sets up a season 2 versus maybe this is just the story they want to tell, and season 2 could be very dramatically different. I don't know.
I guess we'll probably won't find out right away, but I'm excited to see how this all comes together, though.
Yeah, I'm very excited for tomorrow night. I can't wait.
And to be honest, I hope we see some more infected, because I want to see some ass whooping.
I think I think it'd be a huge mistake if there's no infected in this next episode.
I agree.
We'll see tomorrow night. So I think it's only 50. I think it's 55 minutes long or 50 minutes long, the episode. So it's not super long like some of the episodes. So
is what it is. That's a good length for me. I'm happy with.
Yeah, 50 minutes is fine. It's 50. With the amount of story they have to tell, like it worries me that they're going to skip a lot. But
yeah, I mean, I feel like it's inevitable they're going to skip a lot because.
But they've done a great job, and I love the show, and I don't want to seem negative on the show at all, because it's excellent.
Yeah, I mean, I think the thing is, especially with video games, is you spend so much time getting to the mission that it's like, to do something video game to screen, if you were going to really translate it word for word, it would be like, really, there'd be like a lot of filler. So I'm sure. Well,
there's a lot of stuff from the game that like they haven't had in the show really at all, like not in like a major way, but like Ellie not being able to swim is a huge part of the game. Is like there's so many segments of the game where like you have to figure out a way for Ellie to get from part A to part B because she can't get across this like river, or like something has flooded inside a building, and like she's like I can't get over there, so you have to find some kind of like raft type system to get her across, or find like an alternate route where she can climb up to get across things. And like I feel like they could have done a little more of that, of like of Ellie being like, like I'm not equipped to be able to do the stuff Joel can do, and I have to figure out my own way of getting across things, my own way of exploration. And these all lead to like Ellie being like, more of a badass, is like she has to learn to take care of herself, and she can't be relying on Joel. And that's what this episode really, like the whole purpose of this episode, in my opinion, is like, yes, this is to show that Ellie can handle herself. And if she's stuck in a situation without Joel, she can get through the situation,
Yeah, for sure. I agree. Yeah, I'm again, I can see why, because, I feel like there's only so much time they can spend. So I get having to cut some of that stuff out, especially because, like, again, in a video game, not being able to swim could be like a pretty make or break
totally
situation. You know what I mean? But it's like in live action, for that to play out and really have the same effect, I feel like it's like a lot harder to buy, and then B, like, I don't know, just another thing to juggle.
Yeah, no, I mean, I'm not saying it's like a necessary part of the
plot. I know.
I'm just saying, like, there's a lot of like, I mean, there's a lot of video gamey stuff. Like, there's a lot of collectibles you're picking up. There's a lot of like, scrap and stuff you're picking up to like upgrade your weapons and upgrade your stats and so on and so forth. And like, a lot more like going through different buildings just to find different items and different notes from different parts, people that are left behind from the, different storylines that you don't really get to know these characters, but like, you see elements of their story play out through notes you find throughout like whatever, a building or whatever. It's like, oh, this person was here surviving, and this is the story they're telling, and it's all through notes you pick up. And they left a lot of that out, and that's fine. Like, you pick up firefly medallions that are like what do you call it, like military necklaces, that they have your name on it, and the firefly symbol. Dog tags. Sorry, I couldn't think of the word. You find like firefly dog tags throughout the world that like of lost fireflies that died in or turned and they lost their dog tag, and so you
Right.
collect those throughout the game, and like there's a lot more of that kind of stuff. Not that was important to show in the show, but like it would have been an interesting callback for him to like pick up a Firefly dog tag or something and be like, oh,
Right.
they were here or something like that, or stuff like that. But overall, show's very good, and do I think it could have used 10 episodes and really like expanded a little bit on the story? 100%.
Yeah,
But
for sure. I would have took more.
Yes, more is always
Not
good.
having context, it works for me, but
Yes.
I would have taken more if there was more on the table. So
yeah, I mean, I think 10 episodes is the perfect length of a season. Like, I don't think you need any more than that. And I think if you can't tell your story in 10 episodes, then it's probably got some filler in it,
True that, son. True that.
But yeah, anyway, I'm excited for the finale, and can't
Me
wait till
too.
tomorrow night and next
Me
week
neither.
talking to you about it. So
I'll talk to you about it. All right.
yeah, and then we'll also have Mandalorian episode 3, and I'll have my thoughts probably on Scream 6 next week, hopefully.
Oh, nice. That's the plan. You're gonna.
Yeah, I'm hoping to see it Saturday next week, but it might be Sunday, so we'll see.
Nice.
Yeah, so it'll be another fun-filled episode next Saturday.
Wonderful. I like it.
What are you
Speaking
doing?
of fun-filled episodes, I have One Oak Customs on Whip Wednesday on Wednesday.
Very nice.
Yeah, pretty excited. So he was recommended by. Oh, we should take this off. He was recommended by the chat when I did my live stream, or I guess my pre-recorded one with Life with Brock.
Yep.
We spent a lot of time on his profile, and everyone's like, "You should get him on."
Nice.
So I reached out and I was like, "Hey, man!" Everybody was like, "You should come on." So come on. And he was like, "All right, let's fucking do it."
It's the most like chill fucking way of asking somebody to be on your show. It's like, hey man,
That's
people
great.
wanted you. You wanna come? All right.
Yeah. Jordan from Canada, thanks, man. Yeah, and then this past week, I had Token Customs. Will Bailey was on, and it was fun, man. Just a good time, just shooting the shit and chatting about toys, and
that's great, man.
I know, it was fucking wonderful. But yeah, I'm pretty excited to have Hans from One Oak Customs. Should be fun. Looking forward to it. He's doing some crazy shit right now, so I can't wait to talk to him about it.
Awesome.
Yeah,
that'll be fun.
Yeah.
So yeah, if you're not already, please go over to Matt's YouTube channel at Customs by Matthew on YouTube and follow him there. You can follow me, subscribe on YouTube here. Fucking.
Oh wait. It's all confusing because
it's very confusing. You can follow us both on Instagram at those same handles, and then you can grab the podcast on any podcast service that you use.
Yeah, grab those handles.
Oh, grab your handles, baby. Other than that, I think that's the end of the episode.
Yeah, I think you're right.
So yeah, we'll be back next Saturday, and I hope everybody had a great week or has a great week. And thanks for hanging out in the chat. And
yeah, thanks, guys.
See you next Saturday.
See you guys on Wednesday and then Saturday. Peace.
Beautiful. See you, buddy.
See you, man.